Welcome back everyone to another episode of Timberborn. I'm Andrea Dev, and if you're new here and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It does help a lot. So without further ado, let's jump in and get things rolling. In the previous episode, we managed to get things to a great start. Our beaver are very happy, I want to say. There is some injury here and there, but it's to be expected. And I think that today we're gonna start cracking on these last few nutrition bits that we are missing. But there is something that I start doing last time. So I take sometimes I looked into the map and I was like, okay, what would it be the next step for our beaver colony, you know, to get to a point where everyone is happy and we can double our colony? Because the point here is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So one problem that I always have is that there is a high chance that we are without water, and that needs to change. Water and food are the two things that our beaver can't be without it. And possibly today we are gonna tackle two problems. So one is gonna be increasing our food production. And by increasing, I mean like a lot increasing. I want to plant everything in here, or at least I would like to have everything planted and, get the advantage of this beautiful land that we have in here. We might dynamite a little bit this part just to have a bigger and wider channel so that they can reach at least the little bits down there. Or the other option is that we create some sort of source of water alternative from here, and it's gonna dribble on both of these sides. So one is gonna feed in here and this other one is gonna feed this side. Why am I thinking about that type of source? Well, because we did this little contraption in the last episode and it works like a charm. I am planning to double down on this little contraption. I was thinking, if I hide the water first so we can see, and I dynamite my way through this mountain in here, I can probably have one canal for bad water to kind of like purge bad water out, and reuse these to store just way more water. But with this little contraption in here, we are just letting water flood out that way. What I would like to do is that I would like to divide this part in a way that we have some sort of canal with the overhang that goes from this side in here. And the reason for that is it's very simple. If we have a canal that arrives in this area, we can bring water in here, dynamite this part through here, and let water goes through these two parts. So we're gonna be able to reclaim a little bit of terrain. And with this water that dribble from here and from here, we might be able to create just a canal in here that dribbles out this way. I don't know if dribble is the right way, but yeah, get it through this canal on this way. Also, I took the time to create this little contraption, which it's probably gonna power some of our bad water industry part. And, all of this electricity could be great. And I want to start building in here because we have ruins as well. So that's kind of like gonna double down on producing metal blocks because we are gonna need a lot of them, especially if we start to playing with overhang and whatnot. So let's start and, let our beaver play. And also I took the time to drop a couple of extra layer on this dam. And they are almost there, which means that we are going to be able to store a little bit of extra water, which, never hurt anybody at this point. Also, another important thing that's happening at the moment is that I am swapping our wood storage with underground pile, just because it was time. We have plenty of wood. I want to start to rack up before the rest of the wood kind of like comes out, and start to store it, because we're gonna have to produce way more plank, way more treated plank and whatnot. Also, there is a high chance that once we are gonna unlock all our overhang and whatnot, we need to start and get, well, first these other two dynamite. But I really would like to get into the dirt excavation. And the reason is that if I have a dirt excavation, I could probably get to pick a very high point on the map, drill down, get the terrain out, but most important, get that source of water. For example, this place look like a very nice spot for a dirt excavator, and get this filled with water so that we can kind of like create our own water reservoir. Okay, so while our beaver are up and running for this building, and obviously probably we should actually give a priority to this simply because it's almost done. So, and yeah, as you can see in here, there is things are happening all around the map, and I have all my hands into this project of basically starting to rack up as much water as I can. The idea at the moment is that if we flood this area in here, all the water is gonna go out through this little exit on the map, which is not something that I want at the moment. But if I use the natural overhang of the map and start to use these, for example, to drag water from one level to another, and use this little, well, it's not a reservoir, but if you use your imagination, it could be a reservoir, and use this part to create an aqueduct. We let it in. Let me close this menu so we can see better. We let it in there. We let the water simmer on this side, and then we push it in here to the next slope. And in here, the only thing that's gonna left to do is that create this overhang and dynamite through it so that we can start creating our second big reservoir of water. That's a long-term project, but we need to start to get things going, and obviously we are not going to be able to do everything that we want to do if we're just talking about the things we want to do. So first thing first, probably get the big reservoir finished and start to get all of these beautiful things in here done. Let's get very high priority so that just for now we can start hold a little bit of extra water. And by little bit, it's gonna be a huge amount of water, to be fair. It's not very little at this point. Also, another good thing is that our bed water system, it's actually working, which means that we are gonna be able to hold way more water in this part of the map. Just for now, for the time being, it's perfectly fine. One thing that is done as well is that little contraption. In here we already see this working last time, but it's just working. It's perfectly working, and I'm so happy that it does out of the box. But we might have to expand on our bed water storage as well. For now it's fine. I think that we are producing enough dynamite for what we need to do, and that should be enough. Also, I would like to dynamite this channel, hopefully it's gonna happen eventually, so that we can kind of like fill up this water and reclaim part of this land. That would be great already. That would be like a huge improvement. If we see that this works in here, we might just create another canal in here, or just like a row straight of dynamite, just dynamite straight through here so that we can reach across. And obviously, last but not least, this part need to be fixed somehow. I said it last time, I might be dam in here and divert everything to outside the map, but no, I don't know just yet, so we will keep it that way for now. Also, I've replaced this was a log storage, and now I'm gonna change it to be a plank storage. So what's happening is that it, at the moment, is supplying or probably I should say like empty. Yeah, it's gonna empty the storage. Hopefully when this is done at some point, actually why nobody is working is that it's ready to go basically. They just need to be hammered down, I guess. But yeah, And finally somebody comes here, hammer down our little storage. Very good, very nice. And there we go. So now this storage should start accepting goods from the other storage, I'm assuming, which is gonna be emptied and used for plank, because we need way more plank. At the moment we are just storing them in a little normal storage, which is this one. But we want to double down on that. We absolutely want to double down on that. I think that it's possible that today we're gonna do a little bit more extra housing as well, as we do have a need for more beavers. At the moment we have 12 vacancy and 16 kids, so it's still fine, I guess. But yeah, this is gonna change once the industrial we're gonna start to dig into the industrial side of it and start to produce way more. At the moment we don't even have a little region for our beaver to build every type of food, so we're gonna work on that as well. I am not building that much because I want to start to plan lifting everything up. And by what I mean by that is it means that the land on the ground should always be focused on tree or food. If it's not for that, it means that we are wasting ground. And it's important that we use all the ground possible. Because we do not have massive use of this canal, I might start to plant in here some of those aquatic plant crop. So basically it's gonna be cattle and spotted dog. Now how I'm gonna do this, I don't know just yet. If I'm just gonna divide this part in here, maybe, possibly, I am not super sure. I'm just gonna, let's see. Actually, first thing first, I do need to place one of those aquatic farm, which for whatever reason I always thought they need to be in the water, but apparently they're not. They don't need to be in the water. They not. They don't. Starting to forget how to speak. Alright, let's try and get some platform in here. How hard is it gonna be to get all of this done very fast? Hopefully not too much, not too hard. I don't need... They can go. There we go. So now they're going to start and plant everything. Not plant, but create the platform for it. And this aquatic farm, it's well, not super, it's wasting a lot of 1 second, let's put in pause this. Let's see what's happening. So this aquatic farm, if I place it in here in this corner, it takes pretty much all the space available, like in here. Is it worth to have it there? I think so. I think so, because it's going to take enough of our aquatic park. Actually, can I push it? Look, if I'm pushing it up to this wall, I'm just earning much. So I guess that this is the non-return point for it. Yeah. All right, that's more like it. So we did manage to lose a little bit of space somewhere around the edges, but we definitely recover way more than whatever it was in here. Which is a good point, I guess. Let me restart our beaver friends so they can start and go back to whatever they were doing. Let me give a little bit of priority to this, because obviously these need somewhat priority, because we want to start to store new food sources. So as I was saying, I think that I'm just gonna divide the spotted duck, which I wanna say they're gonna start from here. There we go. Let's try and fill up all the crevices. And what is it? How far is it reached? So it reached there. So let's try and get all of these few like so. And there it goes. So now we do have some extra. We need to make sure that this area is always irrigated, which we already do with this little beautiful contraption, so very happy with that. We did manage to murder this part of the dam as well, which was kind of like a blocker, because this area used to get dry very soon, very fast, and was not super cool. Let's see what else we are going to start to do. So the dam is now finished, I want to say. and we can increase this by quite a lot, I guess. I want to say till the brim, yeah, like 595. That should be the brim of our reservoir, and that's like a lot of extra water, which we're gonna 100% use very soon. Also, let's see, how far are we? This is just like very far away. The only problem that's happening in here, oh, bad tide approach. We are not scared, we are not afraid. On the other side, we are completely prepared for this bad tide already, so all good stuff. If we could have this water blocked at some point and start to storing before the bad tide, that would be great. It is currently all green, but yeah, I don't think it's easy to access, because look, our beaver need to do the entirety route of the map. Something that we can probably fix by getting these three recovered and start to plan the aqueduct number 2, I want to say, that goes from here and you know, comes from here and it crosses to the land. Now I need to think this through, because despite this is going to be an aqueduct, we will 100% create like a dam in here to hold water. So basically what I would like to do is that I would like to convert this in a gigantic river, because anyway at the moment all this space is wasted somewhat of by water. So I mean, not wasted, but you know, there's water in here. So, and once we have the aqueduct filled to the brim, we can even start to think about a little river that goes in here and maybe water this area. The idea would be get the scavenger to grab all of these resources and then dynamite one layer down and fill it to the brim, so that this whole plateau in here and here can be usable for something, agricultural purposes or whatever is gonna be at that point. Let's see, we are a great point in here as well, so they are definitely building all of these wheels, which are gonna require a lot of wood, but at the moment we're fine with the 3.3 thousand. What's coming up with the storage? Is the storage being done? Not at all. And the reality is, like, should I just prioritize this? I would love to prioritize these like I did right now, so that we can start to recover old wood. And I don't know why these are not getting planted and grabbed just yet. They have been like this for a long time, so I don't know if the forester does not make it in time by the time it reaches it, so they never reach this side. Are these three reachable? I think so, they are. They should anyway, because like they are in reach of the forester. So yeah, I guess like I'll leave it. So for now, that's gonna be just it. One thing is that I need to still unlock, which well, it's happening right now basically. It's this power transfer, because I'm gonna need a lot of these to transfer power through the you know, through this level basically. So the idea that I had, it's very simple. We are gonna create this little, whoops, that's not the one, this little power joint. Yep, if I can pick the right one, and it's gonna be transmitting all the electricity through this back part. So at the moment I just have T-join. So what I'm expecting it to be is that it's gonna be build everything, so the back part in here, and once that is done, I'm gonna prioritize all of these. Are these not reachable somehow? It's too far, obviously, because they cannot reach it from the top just yet. And let's see, will they be able to if I place a stairs in here and I create a little bit more path? I think so. Well, at least this one in here, that should do the trick. Alrighty, beautiful. Probably not all of it is gonna be done straight away, but we will see. I prefer to have it somewhat done than not produce it. Actually, let's give it not super high priority, because I would love the other dam down there to be kind of like finished first, so that for the next wet season we are ready to go. It seems like they're working on it, so I'll just leave it to it. And I really want to start to plan ahead this little contraption. So this is gonna be automated, and it's gonna be to the brim, basically, almost to the brim. And it's gonna have a couple of platform in here. So I would love to have it always three unit, so to speak. And I'll show you in a second what I mean. Okay, so I came out with something like this, like some sort of canal, and then it kind of dawned on me that I could simply unlock a 2-dip dynamite and just dynamite the hell out of this dam, and avoid all of this material being, well, wasted. And even all of this needs to kind of like go, because you're not gonna need it. Thank you. Some of them already been prepared. It's fine. We are gonna recover them eventually at some point. But what we really need in here, it's just a little levy dam, and that should be it. Yep, like this is better. So just to be clear, we are gonna still have all of this green anyway, because I think that the water in here is gonna irrigate and propagate on the side anyway. So that's that. I don't think, you know what, I don't think we have extract at the moment because we are not producing it. So maybe I'm just gonna hold it off and do one at the time, because well, I don't have the dynamite thingamabob. So let's see, the easiest way should be me just to tell that this is super duper hyper priority and dynamite one at the time, and then place a sluice, I guess, or I want to say a sluice is the best solution. And the bed tide is gone, and with the bed tide, water is start to flow and you know, irrigate our land. I'm really curious to see all of this water, how much green around are gonna push. It's very interesting too. And you know what? One thing that I 100% need to do is that I need to remove this. At some point I will be like, oh, why my water is not coming out? Because it will be, no, underwater. This is the real reason for it. And it's almost done. Very interesting that this is completely open. I don't really need to put anything specific in here. And at the moment it's not gonna be dribble in, so it's just gonna be open all the time. I don't really have to do anything specific. They are even placing the dynamite. That's great. And the first levee is done. Great. I'm absolutely hectic about it. So I was trying to have a bird view eye of where the aqueduct should pass through, and it kind of dawned to me that I may probably get these to be another reservoir of water, because it would be very hard to use this part of the map. But if I create a wall that comes roughly in here, so from this side, let's see if I can create some sort of pseudo shape. So from this side in here, I mean, like, that was not what I wanted. Please delete this. Thank you very much. So as I was saying, a wall that goes pretty much like that, I can later actually start to use overhang to drop water directly in there, because this reservoir is gonna be already pre-filled actually. And what do you know? This is the perfect spot, I think, for us to start to build our next reservoir, because one, we have a mine that we can kind of like fix around, and have some sort of stairs that goes from this mine upward and go onto this mesa, which is gonna be used for work. I don't know what it is, but usually when there is ruin around, it's good to put factory in there. But once we're gonna have these filled with water from this same exact reservoir, so we're gonna probably have like a bridge on top. All of this is gonna be somewhat green. Even this area should be somewhat green, I wanna say. And this area we can dynamite and flat it out. So gonna flat out this area straight away, and this till probably this level, which is like the somewhat the bottom of our reservoir. So I'll start to place this down. Let's see if I can do an half decent job in here. That's a lot of levy, I know, but we are kind of like obliged at this point because otherwise we're not gonna have a mega reservoir on the other side. A little bit of lag, nothing that we cannot fix in post-production, or maybe not, I'll leave it. Okay, so aside from this little levy which was not in position, I think that this should be the shape of our next water reservoir. I wonder how much propagation of water this is gonna kind of like bring. And oh wow, they already start working on it, isn't it? They are on it. Our beaver friends are like on the piece. Let's see, should I let them build? So what I would like to do is that I will bring it one level up. And the reason for me is that most of these could potentially, once it's overflowed, like once it's flooded in here and this one is flooded, it could just spill back into his own river. And you know, one extra level of water never hurt anyone. Let's see, do I need to put some platform? I think I will. I will give some overhang. Even if it's gonna cost us a little bit extra. Oof, should I unlock it, because it's just gonna be easier for me to build everything faster. There we go, and there we go. I think that one should be built somehow. Would be good to go. Let's place some stairs in here, a way to reach it from, you know, both side. Let's create stairs that should already kind of like help our beaver friends building everything. Should I put road? I'm just gonna, for now, I'll leave it like it is. And to push this forward, I'm just gonna point to the overhang and prioritize it. So they are going to focus on prioritize this, and once the overhang are done, they're gonna be able to walk on top of it and build everything simultaneously, which is perfect, which is exactly what we are looking for. Am I going to finish this? I think that I can place a tree overhang and another pair of stairs at some point, but for now it's fine. For now it's just, it is what it is, it does what it does. So perfect, we have much of it done. We can start our detonation of this little reservoir. One thing is probably is that this is too much water going through, so I will desynchronize some of these and just let it, oops, that's not what I wanted. I want them to be open. This one desynchronize, and closed and closed. So now we have just the two bottom, the two center one. I think this two center one, yeah. So these two are the only one that are open at the moment. It's honestly not a big of a deal at the moment because we have plenty of water everywhere. And it should give us the time to see it raising to a new level. Maybe, I don't see it raising. It doesn't, it's still too much water, I guess. 3. Okay, so 1. Well, I mean, I could have synchronized all of them and just desynchronized one. I think that with one, it's, it is going up, maybe. I'll leave it running. And anyway, we still need to explode part of it. 10 out of 10. Could you please explode everything? So in the meantime, I could already just build this canal. And the reason for it is that I don't care if this area kind of like floods out. It's just gonna bring me more water on this side. Worst case scenario. Yeah, and in the worst case of the scenario, I can always try and get, should I dynamite to the bottom? Now that I look at it, I can probably dynamite down to the bottom, so I can kind of like put some sluice, and the sluice are pushing it through. It's that's a tough question, but it's definitely increasing the flow. You know what, I'll do something completely different. I will synchronize everything, and yeah, I'll close it temporarily. Even if it floods anyway, it should flood on top of it, so not a big of a deal. But look at that, how much green, look at that, it's crazy. Everything is now green around it, and it's almost reaching that part of the map. I bet that if I dig down this canal and I push everything down there, I'm gonna be able to make this green as well. It's not bad idea actually. Well, dynamite is here. Let's start dynamiting. Does it stop? Or it's just impression? It is impression. It's like you just desynchronize these and open one. Does it flood out completely everything? Doesn't look like. Oh, does this? Yeah, this is not open, but we could. What does it happen if I open this? Yeah, water goes out of the map. Not very interesting deal, isn't it? All right, so what are we missing at the moment? Well, let's start by dynamiting, exploding this part here. This should be, are they too far? They should be able to reach it. Yeah, they are for sure. They sure are. So just for funzy, I opened that little piece of gate, the little gate that we have there. This little sluice gate, and look at that, everything turns green. It's crazy to me that all of this water is going to be affecting such a huge area of the map and bring it back to this beautiful green color. I'm even thinking that maybe this top area can be dammed around and be one of our water reservoir. Most of this area like very hard to project and think what you want to do with it. And another bad tide approach while our little experiment is going through. So I was looking around and you know what? I think that I will just make this diversion like permanent for the moment, because even if these get flooded and this reservoir get filled up, all of the water are going to be, obviously once this is filled, going through our colony anyway. And this other side of the colony, it's well, at the moment it's dry because all the water is going there, so it does not have the time to be refilled. Let me think about this. Should we have yeah, even this is gonna dry out, isn't it? That's a problem. I mean, like, it's a problem that's gonna be solved very, very soon once this reservoir is gonna be in place. But is there anything that we can do to kind of like alleviate the pain of not having water down there? I think there is. I think that we could, well, not in the direct immediate, but we could extend this wall in here and close so that all the water coming from here, it goes in this direction, because otherwise our industry kind of like dies there. So let me for 1 second completely close all of it, synchronize this. Let's have it all synchronized and let's have it close for now. I can't, right? Because if I close it, I'm not gonna have water for this little patch in here, and then things gonna die. Well, until obviously this is done. Let's see, can we speed up this process? I mean, like, this is not just, it's not needed just yet, but these two are. These two needs to be planted first. Somebody coming? Yeah, perfect. There we go. Our beaver friend, they place the explosive. Let's just give it a bush first thing first. And it's not gonna be reachable, isn't it? Did I boo-boo? Did I do the boo-boo? I think I did the boo-boo. Is this anybody coming here and giving giga? Why did they did things 8%? What is going on? They're slacking off. Our beaver are suffering hunger and thirst. Is it because it's too hard to come back home, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna slow down with the hour of work at this point in time. Let's see, is this gonna be helping our case? Well, hopefully it will very soon. That's the only redirection of water that we have at the moment, which is good. To increase the flow, and then once this is filled to brim, which is taking an absolutely huge amount of time, it should go, well, it's gonna have to fill this as well, isn't it? Well, darn it. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We have time. We have plenty of time. There is no rush, and there is plenty of things to do on top of that. Let's see. Can we... I would love for this to be placed as well. Can somebody come in here? What do we need to create? So for double dynamite, we need extract. And where do we get extract? In the refinery, I think. Nope. How do we get extract out? And the bad tide approach started, actually, more than approached. This is like a good news, bad news, I guess. We are slowly bleeding from this side, but as you can see, this is filled now and some water is still going through. So that's good. Is this gonna flood everything? I think it will, because there is no child lock in here. But for now, at least, it's not there. As you can see, once they place these overhang, they start placing this column first, but simultaneously they can start to work on whatever it's behind, which is perfect. Is exactly what we need at the moment. Are we able to let this water out at the moment? Yes, we are. We don't really care at the moment that it's gonna be dry. Let's give super priority to these little bits as well of dynamite. And well, this is too far. You are right, it is indeed too far. So I was trying to understand how do I get this extract, but I don't... Oh, there it goes. I need a centrifuge, which is just like bed water and power. Well, easy enough. Let's unlock it and let's place it somewhere in here, where we have plenty of electricity to use. Grist mill, this needs steel accessibility. So I'm gonna do something like so. And how we're gonna power this little contraption, we are gonna place a gear in between. You may say, oh, but it's not gonna reach it, and you are completely right. And the reason for it, oh, look at that. You know what? It's happening, guys. Let's enjoy in full. Look at that. So much water just irrigating all of this patch. It's unbelievable. We should probably have some sort of dam systems in here so that we can capture a little bit of extra water for when the bed tide comes out. But this is amazing. We are doing so good. I think that this is one of my best playthrough. So far I just murdered the colony once. It was a mistake, genuine mistake, promise. But yeah, so metal block, gear and planks. We should have everything. I'll let it be at his own pace, because at the moment we need it, but not that much just yet. Water is back, but these potatoes are constantly dying and, you know, dehydrating. This as well, it's having effect on this part in here, this canal. Let's just automate it back as it was, because I think that's the whole point of this being automated. It was that this patch was to be constantly watered. We're gonna fix it once this is done, but it's gonna require some times at least. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, this is done. I can explode it. I can now blast it out. And the real question is, should I place a sluice or should I go one extra level down? If I go one extra level down, I'm gonna have to kind of like explode everything in here. We do have explosive, so it's not big of a deal, but if I leave it at the same height as well, unless this is some sort of backup dam that I always want, so that I'm gonna remove the sluice from the bottom or close them permanently and place dam in here and dam in here, so once this entire area is filled, it's gonna, you know, trickle into this reservoir on the side, left and right. Yeah, I think that's probably my best options. So I'm gonna place a levee in here and a dam on top. And now, because they are there, they should be able to reach it. I'm gonna change these eventually. I don't know just yet. I'll see how if I actually need to. This is a very high priority. Very good. I'm happy with that. They should be able to reach it now. They are building these incredibly fast, and considering that this is only log, it's just like, it's mesmerizing. The problem is that they're still doing the entire tour of the map, so I might be able to alleviate their pain by creating some sort of path, and I think that path is gonna be helping us later as well. So let's see the straightest bits of map that I have. It's probably this one. So if I let them come from here possibly and here, they should be able to reach faster, possibly, finger crossed. And I'll place a couple of ladder there. Path, it's mandatory. Now let's place some stairs, because like there's no point for a ladder there. And in here, ladder, it's ladder time. There we go. That should improve. Well, I'm saying that, but I haven't finished. And by looking at this, I want to say that this can have a 1 here, a mega overhang on this other side, and one in here. And what is it, a fourth? Yep, indeed. So these should provide our beaver friends with enough space. Let's see if I can justify these first. And I want all of these as well builded, because like this should hopefully improve my product. This was a little bit of an unfortunate position, but what I can do, I can leave a tree. There we go. And now, is it too much, too many metal blocks? I don't know, but that should help improve the construction speed. Let me give these like important, but there may be other things which are important. So medium important. There we go. Now stairs should have the priority, and we finally have like a straight line. And I don't know if this straight line helps, because they're doing all of these stairs ups and down. Maybe it's gonna improve the way that they are connected between each other. But that it's kind of like be even part of this, you know, all plant production for this area as well. Bedtide ended and cycle 28 begin. Beautiful, amazing, great. Let's see what these mean for our beer. So I want these to be done yesterday as well. I can see that they start placing some, you know, the platform in here, which is beautiful. I'll let it run a little bit once this is done, and hopefully it's gonna be helping our case with our beaver. Just let them travel a little bit faster if it's possible. I think that in a second I'm gonna have a problem now that the good tide. Oh, what's going on? Did this? All right. Well, they placed the levee, but the problem is not gonna stop, isn't it? Once this, you know, once the dam is done, it's gonna still have the same issue. So the issue is that once the water flows in and fill up this entire, it's gonna trickle directly in here, and we don't really have a way to stop it. There is nothing that we can do about it. In here we had the sluice, and if the sluice was like kind of overfill, it will go on this other side. But the problem is that this side, it's not gonna have no power whatsoever, because well, this water here is not stopped. So I might just pause this dam and place a sluice there, so that I can control what's passing through and what's not, and at which rate. I think that that's exactly the case. Yep, I need a sluice in here. And to be fair, I don't even need this at this point in time, because anyway it's gonna be close. So let's just play smart and use, as you know, the least amount of material that we can. That should greatly improve our little contraption in here, you know, and it's gonna allow me to just close this gate whenever, and like if I have any type of trouble, at least for the time being, while our dam is finished. And let me just remove these and place some stairs there, because with that stairs I might be able to accelerate the entire process on this side, so they're gonna be able to reach it from two sides. And I suspect that this road is definitely shorter than the other one. So yeah, there's that. So one thing that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try and get these storage emptied, because we have two different large warehouses of wheat, and I might dedicate these to, what is it? Yes, Spudder Dock, because we do need a little bit of more, you know, kitchen products and stuff. I think that, yeah, it's like in a grill. So let's get another grill going in here, maybe facing it, so they face each other, would be nice. And this one is going to be dedicated to grilled Spudder Dock. Let's increase, well, not the workplace priority, but the actual construction priority, and that should be pretty straightforward. It's like 20 log. I might, you know what, I'll double down. What's the things that's needed for it? So because what I can do, well, these are grilled Spudder Dock, but cattails, I can do some cattail crackers or something like that, I think. And for that I need a kitchen, which is this is a bakery. So yeah, cattail crackers. Where can I put that kitchen? Well, I mean, like in here we have some sort of a dead space for now, and let's say cattle crackers, super high priority, so that we can kind of like increase our beavers' well-being and make them a little bit faster. Maybe they're already super fast, to be fair. I even add another storage in here so that we can store explosive. Once it's done, it should be able to get this one. You know, I don't see why the explosive should be in here anymore. Let's just mark it to supply, and yeah, that's gonna be where the hauler are gonna grab the material for once that is done. Well, I was wondering why my beavers didn't want to build these little stairs. Well, it turns out that I forgot this little piece on top and they were not able to reach it. Now it seems like everything is fine. So hopefully it's gonna be fast. Because we have a couple of beavers that they are doing not much, I think that it's time that we start even this side of the project. Because we now have somewhat finished all of these, and let me give a very high priority to the one outside. So, and hopefully, well, I mean, like this one are reachable even from this side, so I don't really care. I should not care that much. And I'll place even the connection, the power shaft in the middle, so that's somewhat connected. And probably this is gonna be the last piece that I'm gonna do. This should be reachable as well, and this one should be reachable from here. Same for all of these. They should all be reachable from the side. Now, the last one is the one that I was like, I don't know about it, but I mean, like they managed to do this one, so we will see. Should I just blast him green and see what it does? They should be able to build all of them simultaneously, to be fair. There should be no issue, but you know, I always, not the first time that I see this beaver doing something, I don't want to say not smart, but you know, beaverish. And there we go. As expected, literally all our beaver friends are now taking this path because it's, you know, it reduces by a lot their journey. I think that this road was good as a starting point, I guess, to reach this part. But yeah, and I am super surprised that I didn't flood the mesa just yet, because you know, this has no sluice, no nothing, it just goes down, which means that this system is working quite well. I say myself. Another thing is that these plants are now gonna use, I think that they are using a little bit of extra water in here, so I'm very happy that we are storing a little bit of extra water. Whoa, this is filled to the brim. Unbelievable. Yeah, we didn't manage to finish this part in here, but we got a big reservoir project coming, and I think that this is not just gonna be the last part. Also, good news, almost the entirety of the power line is connected except these two, which I think that they are not reachable unless I just place a little platform, and now they should be able to be built. Let's see, so that's out of the way. But we are emitting 600, which is quite a lot already. I wonder if maybe this is gonna be my new location for power factory, like bot production and whatnot, because I would love to place, you know, place water, well, I mean like redirect water from our big reservoir into this side and let it trickle through the mountain. But this area here, this could be open to discussion on what we're gonna have or not. I think that this is gonna be great position for having, well, a bed water source. Means that I can produce, what is it called? The extract and other beautiful thing. I definitely need to get rid of these, well, not need to get rid, recover all of these resources. But we did so much today. That was like beautiful, and a drought is approaching, great, just in time. But we are at a great point. I think like this is coming along very nice, and also very fast. I am surprised at the speed that they are going through this. Like once this is gonna be done, I'm gonna already see that we're gonna have some trouble because the water is gonna trick out, so this is gonna get dry again. But yeah, that's probably a problem for another day. And next on the list, next on the menu, is gonna be building up our new reservoir of water, because, well, this needs to happen as well. We have just so much to do, but unfortunately that is gonna be a wrap for today's episode. So thanks for joining me on our journey of building the mega colony in Timberborn. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did playing. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes and do drop a comment below letting me know what you like to see next. Thanks for watching, bye!